If you're somebody aged between 11 and 18 and you're looking for a little bit of money that you can make instantly, I'm here today to give you 5 of my favourite side hustles that I've personally utilised throughout my life to earn a little bit of money so I can buy food from the shop if I go out with my friends, or I can buy a train ticket if me and the friend group that I used to have were to go to Brighton or a big city similar to that. There were 5 very easy, simple things I used to do when I was a bit younger that just made me a little bit of money. And it's not about big banks, because you're not going to be able to make truckloads of money with these side hustles, because they are side hustles. And as by the name, they're not main things. They're not things you need to focus all of your attention on. They're not things that you're going to be able to make a living, a business from. Or it's going to be very difficult that you actually do. So what I'd suggest for these side hustles is you're going to do them maybe for like 2 hours a week, and you're going to make a little bit of money. And with this money, you can then go buy out your favourite subscriptions or what's not. I don't know, it's well up to you, right? But obviously, I would like to help you. So I'm going to give you 5 right here, right now. And they're going to be varying in difficulty and skills. Some of them may be more applicable for your scenario, some of them less. That's why I'm going to give you 5 angles of attack to making money. Number 1 is you're going to set up some sort of homework agency or tutoring service. This could be for people who are younger than you. This could be for people who are the same age as you. But if you're in school, which you probably are because you're aged 11 to 18, you can do other people's homeworks for them. It's the simplest thing. And it's the thing I discovered right at the beginning of my journey of self-evolution. I actually have a plan. So over there on my desk over there. And on the plan, it says, stage 1, make money doing this homework business. And I used to charge people £5 to finish their maths homework for them. Because it used to be this online thing that took an hour. £5 in an hour isn't great. But you can be quicker than that. Fantastic. If you can find a system, let's say your science homework takes 20 minutes. If you can save 20 minutes and earn £5 or $5, wherever it may be, that's decent, lad. It's going to be enough money that's going to allow you to go out to the shop and buy a steak, you know. Or it's going to be enough money to buy you transport if you want to go see somebody. It's not going to be a lot of money. It's not going to be truckloads. It's not going to be anything actually substantial. But it's going to be enough money that you can reinvest it in yourself. And maybe even use it to get to a networking event. You can use the money from it to learn and then make more money. I probably should have said that in the intro as well, but whatever. That's number 1 side hustle you can do. Number 2 is very simply just dog walking. Do you have neighbours? Do you live in a town? Whether that be rural, urban, outskirts, central city, central London, central New York, Manhattan, somewhere. Doesn't matter where. Does your neighbour have a dog? If the answer is yes, offer to go take the dog on a walk. And you don't want to charge them a lot of money for a dog walk, right? Because they can go do it themselves, perhaps they enjoy it. But with the dog walk, you can make a little bit of money. Maybe you have to do multiple jobs. Maybe you're helping old people out who will be more likely to pay you. Whatever it is, go walk a neighbour's dog. Go walk your friend's dog. Go walk your family's dog. And just ask them for a little bit of money. Very simple. You're going to save them time because you're going to go take the dog on a half-hour walk. You're going to save them perhaps energy. And if you don't have any equipment for dog walking and you're wondering, how will a dog walk without equipment? They're the owners of the dog. Ask them for the lead. Ask them for the poo bags. Very simple. Now you've got your poo bags in your pocket and your lead in your hand. Does a poo, pick it up, bin it. Simple as that. You don't need any equipment to do this one. And you only needed a little bit of equipment to do the last one. If you're watching this YouTube video, you have the availabilities to be able to do the homework. I know it's all online nowadays, but you have online access with me. You have online access with the internet. You can use the internet to get the answers for your maths homework as well. 0 excuses in these first 2. You can do them for free, essentially. It's not free, but you can do them for what you already have. These next couple may be a little bit more difficult to do with what you have already. Unless you already have the equipment for number 3, which is lawn mowing. Lawn mowing, very simply put, turn on the lawn mower. I believe that's what it's called globally. And you go back and forth in a garden. Very simple. You don't need to do elevation changes. All you have to do is cut grass. Do you have a lawnmower? Awesome. Not only now you can cut your own grass and impress your parents, maybe get a little bit of chore money, but you can go cut other people's grasses around your town and charge them a little bit of money too, because nobody wants to mow the lawn. Not a lot of people do. Perhaps not nobody, but very little people actually want to mow the lawn. You can do them all a huge favour and mow their lawn for them. They're going to pay you money. You can charge them a fair amount of money for this one. I genuinely think you can make a decent amount of profit from this one. They're going to hand out for you an extension cable. You don't need to worry about what happens if it can't reach my house. Don't be a numpty. Use a bit of common sense. And at the end of this lawn mowing, you're not going to want to leave the lawn on the grass. You're not going to, you know what I mean? The little like shreds of grass. You're not going to want to leave all of these little shards and shreds of grass on the grass that you've just mowed. So what you might want to do is ask for a bin bag and wear some gloves and put them all in. Clean up the entire garden for them. And it will look extremely nice. And they'll pay you an extremely decent amount of money for the hours work you put in. It's not as good as a normal job, but side hustles are not promises to be as good as normal jobs. They're a quick way of getting a little bit of cash. And the reason I keep reiterating this in this video is because I don't want you to think you can make a living off of doing this lawn mowing business. It's going to be a lot more difficult to make a living off that. I don't want you to think you can make a living off dog walking. It's going to be a lot more difficult. And I don't want you to think you can make a living off number 4, car washing. Because car washing places are getting quite cheap. Almost like the market is oversaturated. It's getting quite cheap because people can wash their own cars. And this is where you're going to improve at sales. Because to be able to wash other people's cars, you're going to have to go door to door, knocking at each door saying, please could I wash your car? Or, hello, my name's Teo, I live in the local neighbourhood. I was hoping to offer you the service of washing your car today. And you're going to be able to learn your sales skills as well. And this is going to indirectly contribute to the financial realms of improving your life, as well as directly by getting you a little bit of cash if you manage to make the sale. This is the issue with car washing, dog walking, lawn mowing, possibly even tutoring. Although with tutoring you already have the networks, you already have school. You can talk to all of your school friends and say, I'll do your homework for you for £5. Or I'll do a whole month's worth of your homework for £15, so you can save a little bit of money. And you can set up these systems, right? But what if these other 3 I've just said, with the dog walking, the lawn mowing, and the car washing? You need to go door to door and improve your sales skills, improve your speaking skills. And it's indirectly actually going to improve your speaking skills and your sales skills. That's actually fantastic, wow. Door to door, business. It's going to be nerve-wracking. It might seem difficult, but it's going to be fantastic for you. It's going to be completely, unfathomably fantastic for you. So what I would suggest is hopefully you have a big sponge. Hopefully your mum or your dad washes the car, which you need to start doing for them so they can give you a bit of chore money. But hopefully they have a sponge, water, some soap, and a bucket. And you just take that, you go to your neighbour's house, knock on the door. I'm offering this service, can I do it for you? How much for? £5 or something. Somewhat cheap. And you're going to do a fantastic job. Such a good job that when they do it, they're going to be actually dissatisfied with their job. And they're going to rely on you from now on to do the car wash each and every single time because of how fantastically you do it. And then they'll put in a good word for you, and you'll be able to do it to this neighbour and this neighbour, and soon you'll be able to do it for the entire neighbourhood. And you'll have like a part-time job, being able to make probably a decent amount of money for you at your age, and spend on whatever you want. Number 5 is going to be slightly different. Perhaps this is one somewhat controversial, but it's a side hustle nonetheless, and it's worked for me. Which is teaching people sports. If you can do a training session with people, you can charge money for it. If you do like younger people especially, because you're 11, you're 16, you're 18, perhaps even 20. You're this older age than people who are 6 to 12, maybe even 13. You can teach these people to play sports. You can teach them to play football if you've played football for your childhood. You can do a training session with them and then you can charge their parents. And I know you might be like, I don't want to charge their parents. But you can. This is a legitimate way you can make money. Football clubs do this. When you pay for your football club for the season, you have to give them money. And then you go to the training sessions and the games and whatnot. If you do it at rugby, it's probably the same system. You need to pay for the season, so then you get the coaching and the managing. Where do you think that money goes? Probably to the organisation who runs, let's say, like the FA, Football Association, or the English Rugby Union. Sounds like Welsh. It goes to that union and a little bit to your coach, a little bit to your manager. Why can't you do the same thing? Do it cheap. I'm not saying you need to charge extensive amounts of money. I'm saying you can charge £5 for a half hour. And as you become more and more skilled, you can charge more and more. This is legitimate. You can do this with boxing. You can do this with football. Rugby especially would be exceptionally good because you can't train rugby on your own. Well, it'd be very difficult to, wouldn't it? And you can also just do it to get people's fitnesses up. People will pay you good money for that. Honestly, this is a really underrated side hustle that you should totally utilise because the market isn't overly saturated. Not a lot of people have thought this way. They thought the simple ones. They thought the dog walking, the lawn, the mowing and the car washing. But they haven't thought of the tutoring, the school businesses. And they haven't thought of teaching people how to play sports. I'd like to give you an additional one as well, brother. If you've watched to this point, you deserve an additional one that you can make even more money with from a side hustle. Take this as like a sixth one. And an unfiltered section. The sixth one is babysitting. The markets aren't overly saturated for babysitting because kids nowadays have more and more trust. But when the adults need to work, they need to work. And they can't leave their kids home all day long. So if you're maybe 14 upwards, why can't you go babysit 10-year-olds? Spend the whole day teaching them, doing whatever they want. I'm not saying do whatever they want in a lazy way. I'm saying if they want to go to the town, take them to the town. Almost like you are their parent. Why can't you do that and make a little bit of money? It's 100% legitimate. I knew teenagers who did it for me. I personally have done it for other people. And you make money for it. Money from absolutely nothing. Literally. It's crazy good. The only thing is it does take a little bit of your time. But if you can't sacrifice like 2 days a week to go watch this family as the mum and the dad go to dinner, they want to go on a date, they're going to hire you to sit and watch the kids for 3 hours. If you can't manage that, geez, it's going to be difficult for you when you get older. Let's just say that. But if you've watched to this point in the video, I trust that you do actually have the attention span and the abilities to be able to sit there and watch the kids for many, many hours at a time. And that's why I'd like to offer you, and only you in particular, a one-way ticket towards my Discord server. Our Discord server, our allegiance, is linked below. It's the first link in the description. A lot of people with their dopamine minds probably looked at it, decided they didn't want to join it because they're like, oh, links, I knew it. Clicked off on to watch some Fortnite video. But you're still here because you care about financial realms. You actually care about improving your life and improving the financial realms, the physical and the mental, which is something I'm striving to do each and every single day. And inside of the Discord, it's only amplified. With a strong community of brothers, we're increasing in members quite rampantly. And I want to remember your name, not your number. I don't want to remember you're the 8,000th person who joined. I want to remember your name for being the first 10 to be in the server, the first 100 to be in the server. So join before the markets are oversaturated in my Discord server, brother. Take notes, take these lessons, take these side hustles. I hope you learned something new today. Or at least you realised you need to do side hustles for a little bit of cash. And you can make it same day you're watching this video. None of this TRW, you have to wait 5 days before you can actually make money because you need to learn all this stuff. This isn't something you need to learn. This is something you can amplify today. Crush the markets in your local area. I'm wishing you the best in this realm of financial. And I hope to see you again soon, brother. Stay strong out there. We'll see you tomorrow.